Got a couple questions we want to ask you. First and foremost, is it racist if a race-based agency only serves one race? Think about it. We also asking the question, should a college or university have to tell people about the crimes and the report and the different things that happen around campus? Should they have to report that? And also we asking, what should happen if a city admits that they benefited from slavery? Should they just apologize, or should it be a little bit more? We're gonna talk about all that and a whole bunch more coming up. You Kicking It with KC. Let's roll, baby. Popular topics that may or may not be talked about in the news with yours truly, KCMC. Popular topics. You know what I'm saying? So first and foremost, we're talking about this first joint coming from Associated Press. All of the topics today coming from Associated Press. A federal judge in Texas ordered a U.S. agency catering to minority-owned businesses to serve people regardless of race, siding with white business owners who allege discrimination. The ruling is seen as a significant victory for conservative activists opposing race-conscious workplace programs following the Supreme Court's decision last June against affirmative action in higher education. Advocates for minority-owned businesses criticized the ruling, stating it undermines efforts to address barriers faced by Black, Hispanic, and other minority business owners. The judge's decisions challenged the Minority Business Development Agency's eligibility criteria, ruling it unconstitutional due to presumptions about racial minorities' inherent disabilities potentially impacting similar programs nationally. Did you understand what was just said? There's an agency, the Minority Business Development Agency. This is specifically based in Texas. They actually cater to minority business owners, Black, Hispanic, other minorities, to kind of, level the playing field for the disparities in a wealth gap between white people and minorities, essentially. And a Texas judge basically said, nah, that's racist. That's essentially what he said. He said, no, that's racist. Y'all not letting white people benefit from this? No, we're going to go ahead and open that up. So now that business agency have to serve all people of all races. The whole question is it racist for a race-based agency to only serve specific races and or exclude other races? Now, on the shell of it, it sounds like, yeah, that's an obvious answer. But let's just think about it in the case of Black people and white people, or Hispanics versus white people. If we're taking it to slavery, there were families and corporations that benefited from decades and generations of free labor. They may not say it was free because they had to pay for their shelter and their food, but you weren't paying them adequately. Let's stop doing that, bro. So it was slavery. It was involuntary work, free labor, and they end up benefiting from it for generations of wealth passed on to their children, their children's children. I would probably say you have a way better advantage, especially business-wise. These are corporations that's living to today. We have cities and universities, Ivy League universities, saying, yeah, we benefited from slavery. We made our pretty much our foundation, our billions off of that foundation today. Yeah, we're sorry. So now you got a Judge Mark T. Pittman of the U.S. District Court of Northern District of Texas. He was appointed by former President Donald Trump, by the way. Not to say anything about it, but he was strongly against this. He was saying, what did he say specifically? Pittman ruled that while the agency technically caters to any business that can show that they're, quote, social or economic disadvantage, end quote, white people and others not included in this list of preferred races must overcome a presumption that they are not disadvantaged. The judge said the agency has been using unconstitutional presumption for 55 years too many, which is how long the agency has been in place. He's basically saying, y'all been claiming that y'all been disadvantaged for way too long, and we about to level the playing field. You got white people trying to come in here, prove that they not getting white privilege just to try to get y'all benefits. Bro, that sounds ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. We're looking at it from a wide span historic perspective to say that nationwide and historically, white business owners get better capital, better loans from businesses and better funding than black and Hispanic and other minority race business owners. Historically speaking, maybe on a smaller scale, it may not be the same, but historically speaking, they have more of an advantage. So to give them more of an advantage and then give them the platform or the same funding or the same advantages that we're trying to get just to level the playing field, it's just not a good thing. Let me wrap this up by saying this. Hell no, I don't agree with this. This is that bull crap. If you feel like business agencies that are helping minorities, minority races, and I hate to call black or Hispanics minorities, but if you call agencies that are helping these races that have been disadvantaged for decades going back, you think that's racist? Then you're racist. You're racist. You're the freaking problem. Let's be real. Like I said, going back to decades, years, hundreds of years of free slavery, free labor, and then benefiting from that, and then now all these universities and cities are coming out apologizing. I think that alone tells you that, yeah, we should get these type of advantages. It's the least you can do, my nigga. No pun intended, but that's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show. 313-466-4386. We're going to move it on to a whole nother topic that we got to talk about anyway. Liberty University. Liberty, liberty, liberty. However you want to take that pause. Liberty University is a Christian university. It's coming from apnews.com. They face a record $14 million fine for violating the Clery Act by failing to disclose campus crimes and mistreating sexual assault survivors, as announced by the U.S. Department of Education. Despite marketing itself as having one of the nation's safest campus, Liberty's police department had insufficient resources to investigate crimes. Federal investigators found instances of misclassification and underreporting of crimes, especially sexually assault-based offenses, creating a culture of fear and silence amongst victims. While Liberty claims commitment to safety and cooperation with authorities, critics argue it should prioritize transparency and reform to address systematic issues with fine marketing, the largest ever under the Clery Act. This Christian university, claiming to be one of the safest, if you heard of it, which is based in Virginia, is saying they basically have been fined officially, and the largest in the Clery Act, for lying about not reporting crimes. Now, I read this article, and it was not, when I read it, I was like, God, it sounds bad. Some of the stuff that they were doing and mistreating the people that came to them because they were assaulted is absolutely wrong. I do not agree with the way they handled that. Making them feel like they are the ones, although they're victim blaming. I didn't like that whatsoever. But here's what I will say. Should colleges or universities have to report their crimes? I would say no. I don't think so. This is what I think should happen. They should handle them and hand them over to the local authority. This whole time I read this article, I don't think too many times I saw anything about the local authorities taking care of the situation. Maybe I misread it. You can check it out, the link in my description below. But at no point did I hear too much action from the local authorities. Where were they in these instances? And why does the campus not have sufficient cameras to check out these things that are happening on their campus? If that's the case, I feel like they need to be investing more money in that, which they said they invested more money in technology and security. But where's it going? Are you just getting security guards, or are you getting actual cameras? I think it should be more cameras. With that being said, I don't think crimes should be reported publicly by universities. I don't think that should be the case. They're saying obviously it's a law. If you're funded by the state or by the government, state or federal government as a university, you have to report your crimes at least on an annual basis. I don't think you should. And I'm saying that because if you live somewhere for 4 or 5 years and you have a great life, You able to go outside, enjoy yourself. Your car never gets broken into, no graffiti, nothing. You live a great life. Then you end up moving. But then you end up finding out that around the corner from where you live, people were getting robbed, stabbed, choked, all types of goofy stuff around the corner. For the whole span that you were there, but you were never affected. Would you really care? Would you really care? Or would you be like, my experience personally, I never dealt with that. That's crazy that happened. And I think it should be the same here. If there's a serious crime, take it to the local authorities. They should handle that. As far as the schools and universities, why they gotta tell everybody what happened? Let's be real. All the crazy stuff that happens on a college campus, bro, or at least with college students, if they reported everything technically, all these colleges and universities be shut down. It's no surprise. All of them be shut down. Underage drinking, smoking, sexing, all that. At every college and university. I promise you that. So if we're reporting everything, everybody gonna get shut down. With that being said, I think some things should be only local authorities, parents, students, they should be taking care of that. I ain't saying sweep it under the rug. I'm saying they should take it out. It shouldn't be annual reported. That's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments or call into the show. 313-466-4386. Oh, I thought I opened something else. Pause. All right, I got one last thing for you. Oh, shoot. Here we go. Yeah, I got one last thing for you real quick. Another topic we're going to talk about real quick. Excuse me. Wait, did I switch to graphic? Hold on real quick. I thought I had the graphic up. I don't. All right, give me a second. Let me get this graphic up real quick. We doing an edit live on the air because that's how we get down. Oh, yeah. I think that's it right there. Oh, yeah. All right. So here we go right here. All right, here we go right here. San Francisco apologizes to black residents for systematic discrimination. This is crazy. This is a prime example of what we were just talking about, right? The San Francisco Board of Supervisors unanimously issued a formal apology to African Americans and their descendants for the city's historical role in perpetuating racism and discrimination, signaling a step towards reparations. Supervisor Shaman Walton, the resolution's chief proponent, emphasized the apology's significance in acknowledging systematic discrimination and committed to rectifying past injustices. While this marks the city's first reparations recommendation among other 100 proposals, including a $5 million cash payment and guaranteed income, some supervisors criticized ongoing public safety measures that could disproportionately affect black residents. Advocates urged San Francisco to expedite reforms addressing education, employment, and housing disparities, emphasizing the need for tangible actions alongside the apology to address current inequities. I don't like this at all, because this is at least the second city that I know of. This is what they say joins other major cities like Boston, the other one that we talked about, issuing an apology amongst 9 other states that formally apologized for slavery. First of all, it should be a lot more states apologizing. Only 9 so far apologize. Further recognizing and admitting that they had a part in slavery and they benefited from it, man. With that being said, the Reparations Task Force out there in California is saying this is further proof that we need to get paid. Now they shooting out what they say every black adult should receive a $5 million lump sum cash payment and a guaranteed income of nearly $100,000 a year to remedy San Francisco's deep racial wealth gap. Whoa. $5 million with $100 million a year? That's crazy. Now, to be honest with you, from what I'm hearing, $100,000 a year in San Francisco is probably like, I don't know, just making it in Michigan or something like that. Like, you living good, but you ain't living comfortable. You ain't living super comfortable. You probably gonna still need a side hustle. This is in San Francisco. But other than that, $5 million plus $100 million a year, that don't sound bad. Obviously, But the point they're trying to say is we're owed this. The black residents in San Francisco only make up 6% of the general population, yet 38% of San Francisco's homeless population are minorities, specifically black. Specifically black. Almost half, 12% away from being half. So with that being said, run the money. Where the money at? Say it in cash. San Francisco, you owe that bread. Boston, you owe that bread. The other 9 cities, y'all owe that bread. 9 states, other 9 states, yeah, y'all owe that money, man. So other than that, yeah, y'all need to figure out the amount and get this bread out as sooner than later, because I don't like this whatsoever. But because other than that, an apology ain't about to do nothing for me. An apology don't do nothing for me. Y'all benefited. Where we gonna benefit from? By we, I'm putting myself in that boat too today. But that's just what I think. These cities and these mayors and these states apologizing for slavery, say it in cash. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments, call into the show, 313-466-4386. Man, that's all I have for you today, man. I just wanted to hop up on this thing and say something real quick if you don't mind, man. I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here, up on some weird stuff. But thinking out loud real quick, you ever felt like you saw a glitch in real life? Like you ever felt like you saw something, you was looking at it, and then like you either saw like a quick like distortion, or you might have saw a jump or something like that, and then you had to blink, and maybe you just rolled it off because you like, nah, that ain't no way, dog. No, it might be a way, dog. Sometimes I feel like I see certain things. I might see a glitch, or I might have saw a person just pop out of nowhere, and I'll be like, yo, I know I'm not tripping. It got to be a logical explanation for that. And sometimes maybe it's not a logical explanation. Maybe we're not really living in the reality we think we're living in. Maybe it's a little bit more than that. So I know I ain't the only one that felt like that. You probably felt the same way too at some point in your life. Like, how did that happen? Am I tripping? Am I seeing stuff? That's just me thinking out loud. Let me know what you think. Go off in the live chat in the comments, call into the show. 313-466-4386. About to get up out of here. Before we do that, do me a favor. Kick it with KCMC on all social media at KIW. KCMC. That's Kick It with KCMC. The abbreviations on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all that. And show some love to my sponsor, Team Elite. They on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, also at Team Elite 313. That's TEAMELITE. And check out the premium urban-based casual wear, leisure wear, man. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, tech fleece, jogger sets, varsity sets, and more. It's all on your website, teamelite313.com. Ask your mom, baby. Boss up on them. Appreciate you for kicking with KCMC, man. If you got this far in the video, show the love for the freeski. That's what it like. That's what it subscribe. Hit the alert so you know when we going live. Then tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Share the content. Other than that, do me a favor. If you got a couple dollars, donate to the show so we can grow. But we ain't begging, though. Other than that, check out my singles, Hands and Knees and Juice, featuring my dog, Techmatic. Everything is in the description below on YouTube. Other than that, appreciate you for kicking with